To escape the hunter's pursuit, the heavily injured man climbed a tree. The hunters pursuing him have already reached the vicinity, but he endured the pain, making no sound, but blood trickled from his wounds and dripped onto the leaves. As one hunter walked beneath the tree, a drop of blood fell from the leaves and landed on the hunter's back. Luckily, the hunter didn't notice, and Jack narrowly avoided capture. He looked up through the pain and saw a black panther cub threatening him. Then, he heard a noise behind him. Turning around, he saw an adult black panther glaring at him. Meanwhile, the hunters had chased him for several miles but hadn't found any trace of Jack. As they were at a loss, they suddenly noticed bloodstains on one of their companions' backs. They suspected that Jack was hiding in the tree, so they split into two groups and began searching. At that moment, Jack was being hunted by the Black Panther. A passing hunter happened to witness the scene. The hunters quickly surrounded him, but they didn't know the panther was right behind him. The panther, seeing the hunters as prey, lunged at them. Jack seized the opportunity to escape. The arriving hunters attacked the Black Panther. Although they succeeded in killing the panther, one of their own had already been killed. Despite the panther delaying the hunters, Jack couldn't afford to stop running. His wounds were getting worse, and he bit off a piece of bark, chewing it and applying it to his wounds while still running, fighting for his life. He ran through the day and into the night. When he was so tired, he rested against a tree, but every time he stopped, he could hear the pursuing hunters getting closer. He had to keep going, relying solely on his willpower, but the hunter found his paint on the branch. Then, a venomous snake lunged at him and bit him on the neck. Seeing that it was a viper, the man fell to the ground. The tribe leader ordered someone to send him off and then turned to leave. His companion, unable to bear the sight, told him that cutting open a vein would reduce his suffering. Afterward, the man removed the necklace that symbolized his honor and, after his companion left, slit his own throat. The chase continued, but this time, the hunters spotted Jack's figure. However, every arrow and stone they threw at him missed as Jack skillfully dodged them. After running for miles, Jack suddenly stopped. There was no road ahead, only a 100-meter-high waterfall. The two paths in front of Jack seemed to be dead, but jumping down may still have a glimmer of hope. With that thought, Jack leaped off the cliff, heading straight for the waterfall below. The leader of the hunters stared at the calm lake surface, thinking that he had finally avenged his son. But the next second, Jack's head emerged from the water. Everything was far from over. Jack stood up and shouted defiantly at the hunters. Ikabaita! Tonale! Delocataitian! Faced with such provocation, the chieftain could not tolerate it. His men hastily suggested they could bypass the waterfall by circling around its sides, but a dagger suddenly plunged into his chest. The chief ordered everyone to jump from here like Jack. Those lucky enough might survive, but the unlucky ones would die. Seeing this, Jack rushed into the forest, but in his haste, he didn't notice the swamp ahead and